Hello everyone. Now in this tutorial we are going to learn another design pattern which is Bootstrap. So we have learned the Flexbox, we have already learned materials, and now how do we design your user interface with the help of Bootstrap. So let's learn grid system. So what is grid system and how do we approach to design your user interface with the Bootstrap. So let's begin with the formalities which we required to design your interface in Bootstrap. First of all, we need to install Bootstrap. For that, you can say npm install Bootstrap, and there is another way you can directly go to app dot not sorry index.html, and here you can give the reference of the Bootstrap CSS. So that is available in getbootstrap.com. So from here it can take a reference of that CSS. Okay, now the second step, now we need to define a grid. So before proceeding with the writing a grid, let's try to understand what is grid and how do we design the grid. So grid is basically coming with rows and columns. So rows and columns, we need to define a rows and columns. So what is how many rows and how many columns, what are the ratio? For that we need to understand. So so let's create first one component. Ng gc grid, make it grid. Okay, now let's wait for the component is getting created. Yeah, now your component is ready. So now let's work on that component part. Go to grid and go to HTML part. So now right here div. So class equal to row. So whenever I am saying row in a grid system, in a one row you can add maximum 12 columns. So if you added a 12 columns in a row, so it will be equally distributed by 1 1 1 1 to everyone. Okay, so how do I create a columns? So that is the question. So first we have created row. Now inside that row we can add the columns. So I will be giving this example with the header. So let me let's create a header. So let's create a header with grid system. Okay, so let's write a div and here I want to show a logo. So I will be showing the logo with the help of material. So that is the example which is the combination of Bootstrap and material both. So for the material we need to install material npm. Let's how do I install material? Let me show you. So let's go to material, Angular. Yeah, now go to Angular material, get started. Directly now after Angular 6 you can directly say ng add Angular material. So after the Angular material is installed, now you can utilize the icon. So I'll using my icon here. So I'm taking icon, let's copy it and paste it to grid component here. So it will be draw the home icon. How do I get the home icon? For that I have to take I have to give the reference in the index.html also. So go to index.html, and here we need to give the reference of material fonts. So this is the font, https font, google apis.com, css family, roboto, yeah, 300. This is the link. This is the link which 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 access the fonts. So you can go to this link, and you can able to see what are the name of the every images. Okay, now go back to your grid system. Yeah, now we have a home icon. Now I want to say this is the first column. Okay, but I have a four columns, because in a header I have a four things. So let me complete the first header part. Let's take input, type text, placeholder, search. Next one is a label, write some label content, my training. Okay, now not last one, again take a material icon, mat icon. So for mat icon, here I want to show the user logo, account underscore circle. You can check on that link. Every icon has a name. Now I need to give the columns. So there is a four portion, so each portion should take a equal width. So I have to use column sm. So that is representing the equal distribution. If I want to give I want to display some ratio like 1:5 or 1:4, then I need to give the number. So how do I give the number? Let's also check. But first I should give that column. So now four columns we have in a row. Now let's add this component to app.component.html, app grid, so let's add app grid, and localhost. Yeah, now see, it looks in the corner, everything is looks here in the corner. So now go back, and here assign a class also, class 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 class, save it, go back, there's some error, I think. Go to console, there's okay some error in div. Okay, let me copy the same content here which is already written. Let's go back. Now see, we have a 4 portion: first, second, third and fourth. Now there is one special thing here. So now I have given 1, 2, 3 equal distributed space in the 3 section, but I won't only give one portion to the fourth icon. That's why you can see here, this is the coming in corner, and it's taking a less space. If you giving the same space here, now see, now see, this one is also getting a equal space, fourth space, but I want it should display in the corner, and I want to go give it to one portion only, so it will give come. And if I want a second one, it will take only half of the space, 2 portion. Yeah, so now see, it is coming that side. So that's how you can manage the grid pattern. So this is the start. Let's do some color also. Let's create here one div here and make it a class container, and make it that this container dot background light blue. Let's do it. Yeah, yes, now it's a light blue color of a header. Okay, so now this is how you can design your header. So that's how you can design your header, and that's it from my side in this tutorial. Let me revise all those things. So one row equal to 12 columns. You can divide one row onto maximum 12 columns, but depends on the requirement. You can change the number of columns also, which I have shown to you. So let's remind the steps again. Create a container, okay, which is representing your Bootstrap grid container, and every row contains maximum 12 columns. So it depends on your requirement. If now suppose you have 4 items in your row, then you can define 4. Otherwise, if you have only one item, you can define one item.